Good morning, students. Today our topic is HTML tables, and in our last lecture we already discussed about two attributes of TD tag, means table data tag, and these are row span and column span. Basically, when we want to merge two columns or two rows, then we use row span or column span attributes. So in this lecture we again discuss these two attributes in detail and find out some more programs related to call span and row span. This is a very important topic, and as you know that what does call span do? It basically allows a single table cell to span the width of more than one cell or column. And what does row span do? It allows a single table cell to span the height of the more than one cell or row. So row span is used for row and call span is used for columns. And why we use call span or row span? Sometimes it makes sense for a cell to span multiple columns or multiple rows. This might be used for header cell that titles a group of columns or a sidebar that groups rows of entries. So we use call span and row span for that purpose. And it is actually same as that the merge cell option in spreadsheet programs like MS Excel. So when you want to merge two columns, or we can say that if you want to merge two rows, then you can use call span or row span attribute. Call span is usually used to merge two or more than two columns, and row span is used to merge two or more than two rows. It is not necessary that you always merge two column or two rows. So it may be two or maybe greater than two. So at least two should be there, because if you want to merge two cells, so if you want to merge cells, so at least two will be there. So two or more columns or cells will be merged or span during call span attribute and row span attribute. And the next important thing about call span row span attribute is that they are used with table data TD attribute and table header TH attribute. So they are used with TH and TD both. Always remember that these are used with TH and TD both attributes, both type of attribute, both type of tags, TH and TD. And the value of the either attribute must be a positive integer or a whole number. The value specific the number of a columns or a rows that the cell fills. So always remember that value should always be greater than 0, and it will always be a positive number, a positive integer. So now there is a program changing the cell span. You can see that this is a program related to row span, and here first of all, as we know that HTML tag is used in a program, and this is a tag basically called as a root tag. So first of all, just write HTML tag, and after that your program begins. And then after, just go to body. This is again tag. This contain the body of the web page, and here we want to print a table. So just take a table tag here and take border is equal to 1, because if you don't declare a border attribute, then by default its value is 0. So there is no border at all. So table border is equal to 1 should be mentioned. And then tr tag is basically a table row, and as we know that data is defined using different rows. So here there is a table row, tr tag is there, and if you want to put two rows, then we should declare two tr tags here, and you can easily see that tr two tr tag are there, and these are the container tag, of course. And if you want to put data within the table or within the row, then you should use td tag, table data tag, and within the td tag you should mention about the data. And suppose here I write data as a cell data 1, and then you can easily see that there is again a td tag here, but in this tag we actually use row span attribute, and as I told you that row span attribute can be used with td or ts tag, or both. So here two rows are merged here, and row span is equal to 2 is declared here. Then a third data td cell data is equal to 3 is there, you can easily see that. And for second row again, you can easily see that we here put only two data. And why we put here only two data, cell data 4 and cell data 5? But in our row we can see that there are three data values, but in this there are only two data values. This is because we actually already merged two rows in our above, two cells in our above tr tag. Here you can easily see that. So it is already merged, so we have only two vacant position for that. So here we put cell data 4 and cell data 5. So let us check. So I think the concept is now clear to all of you. First of all, just write HTML, then body tag, and then if you want to print a table in a web page, then just write a table tag and take border is equal to 1 or more than 1. If you don't take a border attribute or just declare border is equal to 0, then by default there is no border at all, or border of width 0 will be there. And after that you should declare tr tag table row. As we know that data in a table tag, data in HTML table will always represent through different rows. So two tr tag are there, and then td tag which represent the data. And when we use row span or col span attribute, so basically first of all just we write within the td or tr tag row span or col span, and after that equal sign, and then the value and the value should always be greater than or equal to 2. So if you want to merge two rows or two columns, then we use row span or col span. So just try row span is equal to 2, it means that it actually merged two rows within that cell. Merge two cells, not rows, two cells within that row. And when we use col span, then actually it merges two columns in that row, two cell value of column wise. So this is a program. Now I think it is clear to all of you. So we can see that when we execute this program, then there is a table containing two rows. In table 1 data is cell data 1, cell data 2 and cell data 3. And in table 2 data is cell data 4 and cell data 5. And as we know, as we use row span is equal to 2 here, so two rows are merged, two rows are merged here, or two cell values regarding to the rows are merged using row span is equal to 2. Row span is there. They are highlighted because this gives you a clear cut idea about the which are container tag, which are the most important part of the tag, and which tag is a part of which tag. As we know that HTML is a root tag, after that we just write body tag. And here as we know that uh, our aim is to print a table, so just we write a table tag here, and then table tag should be closed, represented by a green, represented by a blue color here. And then after tag should be there to represent a table, and within the tr tag td tag should be there. And if you want to span two rows or columns, then you can use row span attribute or col span attribute within td tag. And you can also use ts tag to span or columns in when you put a heading uh, of a table. So row span or call span attribute both are used with td and th tag. Now let's execute this program. First of all, just perform right click of your mouse, then go to text document, make the name of text document here, and text document is okay, just simplest as possible. Just take a name p, and then just make a program here. Just save the program, and then just after this save as, and make a name again. You can see that the location is desktop, and save as type all files. Go to all files, and then file name is p, name is remain same, and then p.html. And why we should take this, because if we want to make a change in text file, these changes are also reflected in your HTML file. So now you can see that there are two files of same name on our desktop, and when this is the output of your program, you can easily see that row span is there. Row span is there, you can easily see that. This is the output. Let us check what happens. So cell data 1 is there, you can see that in a table, and then we use a row span is equal to 2 here. So there is a span of 2 rows, a merge of 2 rows are there, span of 2 rows, and then cell data 3 is there. This is a row 1, row 1 of the table. You can easily see that, easily compare. It's give a clear cut idea about how to use row span or call span attribute. And then this is our second row. There are only two datas, cell data 4 and cell data 5, because one data is already merged with above row. So cell data 4 and cell data 5 are there only. So you can easily check, and if you want to put more than two rows, you can also apply in this table. So this is our program here. Now let us take another program regarding to cell span, and you can easily see that was just we use row cell span in place of call span. So basically it span two columns, a span of columns in place of rows. So this is a program here. As you know that, first of all we have to write HTML, and HTML should be closed in last, because it is a root tag, and everything is written between HTML tags, open and close tag here. So this is our HTML tag, and just close it, and between these two open and close HTML tag, whole program should be there. And then we can see that we have to write body tag here. Body basically is a tag which shows the content of a web page, or it is the body of the web page, and in between body of the body tag we write the content of a web page. Here just we want to print a table, so we just write a table tag between body tag, and here we take border is equal to 1. And why we take border is equal to 1, because if we don't take border is equal to 1 as attribute, then border table without border will be printed, and then tr tag. After table tag we just write tr tag, which represent table row. So you can easily see that there are two tr tag here. So there are two rows in this table, and tr tag should be closed, and within tr tag you should write td tag, means table data tag. And you can easily see that this is the td tag here. This is again a td tag here. So two data regarding to our table row 1, and here we use call span is equal to 2, so two columns will be merged when we just write call span is equal to 2. And second row you can easily see that td is also there. And there are three data, cell data 3, cell data 4, and cell data 5. Always remember that td tag should always be written, should always be write within tr tag. You should always write td tag within tr tag. So this is td table data related to second row, and you can easily see that there are three different data: cell data 3, cell data 4, and cell data 5. And in our statement there is a call span is equal to 2. So this is a program of a call span attribute, and always remember that call span attribute can be used with ts tag and td tag both. Here we use only with td tag. In our last lecture we use it with a ts tag also. If you don't watch that video, first of all just go to that link and just watch that video. And just save the program first. After that go to a web page, refresh the web page, all changes will be reflected here. Yes, you can see that. So two columns will emerge here. You can easily see that two column values will emerge here because we use call span attribute here. We use call span attribute here. You can easily see that is the code and output, both are there. This is the second row. You can easily see that cell data 3, cell data 4, and cell data 5. So it will give you a clear cut idea about what you type in your program and what is the output regarding to that, which is, or the reflection of the program is also there. So using this program you can make any other program related to call span or row span attribute. Our next lecture is our next topic is basically this is also related to row span or call span attribute, but in a single table. And that is a very long program here, and we use here call span in multiple ways. And see here the actual application of the call span, which is used to represent the data in a table. So we just started with the table tag because we know that we should always write HTML and body tag in our program. So let us focus on the table tag. There is a table tag here and it should be closed. Okay, at last you can see that close uh, ta- table tag again, but this is a closed table tag. And then caption is basically the title of the table. If you want to put title of the table, then you can easily put this using caption tag. Whatever you write within caption tag, it is a container tag. This will be the title of the table. And then tr tag. So this is a single row here containing 4 different values, because four, no, actually they are not data values, they are table heading, because these are represented in a ts tag. So heading for data, and these are item, quantity, at the rate, price. These are the headings. And then second tr tag here, and with that second tr tag you can easily see that there is a data represent, there is a data corresponding to that table. So here we can easily see that td is used in place of ts, because we already declared table heading, so table data is there. And since there are 4 headings, so 4 different types of data are here within tr tag. So 2 different rows, one for table heading and second for table data. And there is a caption or title of table also, named invoice. So there is a good practice: when you declare a table, just write table heading for each column, table heading for each column, and the headings are item, quantity, at the rate, and prices. So within the table tag, now there is a caption tag. We have a caption tag, and we have one table data with heading. So heading of the columns are item, quantity, at the rate, and price. These are the headings. And data corresponding to that is also given here, with maybe different types of data here, maybe a string, or maybe a number, or maybe float value. And then you can see that this is another row here, row number third. And row number third, here we again put certain data. You can see that tr, td, I think it is not clearly visible to all of you, so just make a bold. Okay, now here you can see the tr, td, paper, 10, 45.99, 4,400, 459.90. These are the values regarding to row number third. So this is row third, and here till now we neither use row span or call span attribute, because we have to use a row span or call span attribute using. Now this is third row. Let us make it bold for clear visibility. And till now again there is no row span or call span we used. So Mm, till now there is a simple table. Mm, but in row number fourth there is a call span is equal to 3, and always remember that there are four different data values. So when we make a call span is equal to 3, we have only one remaining for that. So th is equal to call span 3 is there, and the value is subtotal, and then for other remaining value td is equal to 610.88. You can easily see that. Marked with yellow color. Call span is equal to 3. There are four values, and when we merge or span three columns, then there is a single value left, and for that value we just write 610.88. And for next again there is a row mentioned with the tr, and here we just used corresponds equal to 2, and there are four values, and out of which we already merged two or span two columns, so two values will be left. For that we give just a value 7% and 42.76. You can easily see that marked with a green color. And at last you can see here this is the last value, and in this again we use call span attribute. So here you can easily see that, and just give a color, another color yellow. So three columns are merged or span, and only one value is left. For this we give a value 653.64, and at last we just write close tag of table. This means ending of the table, and let us see its output again. This is a program based on different types of call span in different rows. So it gives you a clear cut idea about the call span attribute, because in last lecture we already discussed about row span attribute in detail. And now the program is incomplete because we have to write this within table HTML and body tag. And this is the program without any border. What should we do here? We just write a border attribute. So just write border is equal to 1. Let us take border is equal to 1, and then save the program. Then these changes will be reflected in your web page. Just refresh the web pages. Now it is clear to all of you. So this is a table with a proper caption, a title, because we already take the caption tag here, and last three rows you can see that there is a call span, which gives you a clear cut idea of call span, and these are subtotal text and another is also there. Okay, subtotal text and total, these are reflected because we merge here different columns. So this will give you actually this program gives you a idea of different items, their quantity, their price, and their subtotal tax total. So student most of the time ask that, sir, what is the actual use of the call span or row span attribute? So you can easily see that this is a small web page in, and if you want to print this type of information in your web page, then you can use call span or row span attribute. So this is a program related to call span attribute. Row span attribute is already discussed in our last lecture. So here we just focus on call span attribute, and there is a small program here to represent the row span attribute. So now I think both of the concepts are now quite clear to all of you. You can easily see that this is a data reflected in this table: paper 10 45.990, and then this is the second row here. Table heading is also there. You can easily see that because we put TS tag here, and table heading represent item quantity at the right price. This is second row, and that is third row, fourth row actually, sub with subtotal. And here we use call span attribute. Call span is equal to 3, then subtotal. That's why subtotal is there. And call span is equal to 3, so 3 columns are merged here. And next row again, call span is equal to 2 is there. So two columns will emerge here. And you can see this is, and at last you can easily see that last value. So that is the total, presented total, and then just close the table tag and then body tag and then HTML tag. I hope now you are able to create a table in HTML. And in our next lecture we discussed we will definitely discuss some other attributes of table, such as its background color or background image, with height attributes. So these tags are cell padding and cell spacing. So these types of attributes will be discussed in our next video. Thanks for watching this video.